And welcome back to another episode of the Cover Zero podcast, where we do our all-out blitz on the league. I'm Prime X. I am a fan of the 12-time defending off-season champs. This is our time to go. Hey, and then we got my man D Love down here. He's a diehard Steelers fan, but only during football season. As he's supporting his Carolina Tar Heels, even though he's
we are suffering badly.
yes, that's it. Then we got my man Jay representing the West Coast, where Kendrick Lamar's from, somewhere around that area, and them 49ers. Then we got my man Tigo, who right now is going to be put into a support group to deliver him from that Jalen Hurts hate that he has in his heart. We're going to try to get that out. And then everyone, sorry. We have to take a moment of silence for my man KP in remembrance of the expectations and the hype that was there that has now been sadly laid to rest. KP, how you doing? We good? You good, man? Hey, man, I'm just glad you're here, man. You tried to tell us that you weren't gonna be here. I respect that you're standing up. Well, sitting down, but standing up, coming on, and you're gonna sit here and chop it up with us. So I respect that. Because it's a tough thing to do. I can understand that. I mean, I've never experienced it, but I get it.
That dude ain't got nothing to say. When I say you ain't saying nothing, that dude
hey, all right. So y'all know how we do. We start it off with a little segment called "Get It Off Your Chest," and that's what we're gonna start today. I'm gonna give KP a little moment to kind of, collect his thoughts and just get it out one time. KP, give it out one time. But before you do that, I'm gonna let my man Tigo take the mic here. So, Tigo, what do you have to get off your chest?
Man, I am tired, especially of this Steelers fan down here talking about I don't like Jalen Hurts. That is completely bogus. Completely bogus. Again, guys, my thing is, if you go back and if you look at, I wouldn't say go back, but if you look over the season, the 2024 season, with all the weapons that Jalen Hurts had around him. Right. Yes, you had a 2,000-yard back. Yes. But again, you have 3 receivers that were drafted in the first round. 2 of them can be potentially all-pro receivers. You have a tight end that was drafted in the second round on your team and has produced as well. So to sit up here, yes, Saquon got off, blah, blah, blah. And again, everybody over the season was loading up the box to stop Saquon Barkley. So again, there was plenty of times one-on-one with both of your top receivers out there one-on-one. And your passing game looks horrible. Completely horrible. Now, if you go back and you look at some of the best offenses over the course of the years. Right, you look at the Rams. They had Marshall Faulk in the backfield. You had Holt. You had Bruce. Basically, right, the passing game was unbelievable. You look at the Colts. They had Edgerrin James in the backfield. You had Harrison. You had Wayne. You had Dallas Clark. Again, you were getting off. You look at, I can even go back. You look at the Vikings. When they had Robert Smith in the backfield. Yeah. Robert Smith was getting off. You had Randy Moss. You had Chris Carter. You had Jake Reed. All those receivers. The whole offense was getting off. So when I say
Okay.
that, let me finish. No, I want to finish. I want to finish.
You get off your chest.
So again, I'm getting it off my chest. So again, don't sit up here and say, oh, yes, they made it to the Super Bowl. Great. Yeah, and Jalen Hurts, he played an amazing game in that Super Bowl. Right. He was able to throw the ball on the Chiefs when they were stacking the box trying to stop Saquon. So again, if the passing game wasn't a problem, AJ Brown wouldn't be on the sideline, tossing his helmet and trying to, cussing people out like, yo, what's going on? So basically that's where I'm coming from, and that's my get off the chest. So, Love, I want to hear you rebuttal that, buddy.
Okay, hold on. Before
Love, no, I want to talk to Love. I'm talking to Love.
No, hold on. First of all, what? I need you to back off the mic because you got a whole lot going on. There's a lot going on.
No, y'all making me angry right now. No, Love made me angry.
Hey, let me ask you this.
That dude, Angry Man on Martin. Sit your ass down.
Let me ask you this.
What?
How many yards did Joe Burrow have?
Right.
How many yards did Joe Burrow pass for? Joe Burrow passed for almost 5,000 yards. Yeah, 5,000 yards. Where did Joe Burrow end up?
Bro, I understand that. But again,
I don't think you do, man. The object of the game is not to get the most passing yards. The object is to get that trophy at the end of the year.
Again, they made it to the Super Bowl, but again, if you look back at any other analysts across sports, what were they saying? Right.
Something wrong, apparently, because
no, it was nothing wrong. I understand they won the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying, though, what everybody was saying was, hey, if you stop Saquon and make Jalen Hurts throw the football, that's what everybody was saying. So again, he passed the test in the Super Bowl. Congratulations to him. He did great. But
they're the only ones that stopped Saquon all year.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. It's only two teams that had him under 100 yards. The Chiefs and us. We had him under 100 yards. But my question to Tigo is this. You do realize he missed like really 2 full games, right? He had 2,900 yards passing. He missed 2 full games. He only played a series of that Washington game in the regular season. Then he came out the game, and then he missed the next week. So we can just hypothetically say he probably would have ended up with like 33, maybe 3,400 yards, right? We can agree with that, right?
I mean, I don't know.
Are you?
That's fair. That's fair.
Right.
I mean, that's what Jay said. That's a fair number. He can end up with like at least 3,300. I mean, he missed 2 games. He go like, come on, now. Even if he threw 100 yards, that's 3,000, and then another 100 yards. That's 31. So I'm being modest by saying 3,300.
What did Kenny Pickett throw for those 2 games?
I don't even know. And he got hurt, but he missed 2 games. That's my number one argument. Number 2, I found the stat watching naturally ESPN. The Eagles scored 95 points across their last 2 games. That was the most by any team across the last 2 games in postseason in NFL history.
They broke our record.
Okay.
That's one stat. The second stat, Jalen Hurts is one of 18 quarterbacks that have attempted 50-plus passes in the Super Bowl. He's the only one to complete more than 70% of his passes. Do you know that dude's stats in the Super Bowl? His stats is 44 of 60 for 73.3%. So you tell me if they load the box of Saquon, they want him to throw. I don't think you want him to throw because he's proven he can throw.
Listen, man, you're not getting my point. I mean, I'm tired. Again, you're bringing up Super Bowl stats. I'm not right. He played great in both Super Bowls. I'm talking about the totality of the season. I'm not just talking about one game. But yes, he passed the test. You're right. He passed the test in the Super Bowl.
But Tigo, if the totality got you to the Super Bowl 2 out of 3 years, and the totality in the 1 year that didn't get you there got you to 10-0, what else you want him to do?
Yeah.
So I got a question. So what are we saying about Jalen Hurts? Like what are we saying? Is this he's elite conversation or what is this?
No. This whole point is coming up because again, this guy down here in this Tar Heel stuff is saying that I hate Jalen Hurts.
Dude, right?
I don't hate Jalen Hurts.
Yes, you do, man.
No, I don't hate Jalen Hurts.
Okay,
I'm trying to say this.
I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna really be done.
Okay.
What is your measurement of success then in the regular season? Because you keep saying he's not successful, I guess, in the regular season. What's your measurement of success?
I'm not saying that he's not successful, but again, I'm looking at over the season when you have, again, if you go back and look at any show or whatever, everybody says, "Oh, what's going on with the Eagles passing game?" Can we be fair and say that, oh, you have not watched any Sports Center or whatever, any sports analyst who did not bring up, oh, what's going on with the Eagles passing game this year?
Okay. Two things I'm gonna end this. You're right. Yeah, people were saying that, but people need topics to talk about, and they need teams to talk about. So they're gonna talk about the Eagles because the Eagles are up here or whatnot. So they're gonna pick something to talk about because Saquon Barkley is running all over the place. Jalen Hurts is passing for little numbers because he don't need to pass for a whole bunch of numbers. So it's like, oh, is the Eagles passing game broke? So they're just gonna pick topics for that. All I'm saying is, yeah, like Jalen, you say Jalen, they stop Saquon. Jalen can't beat you. He's proven that a couple of times now. So let's acknowledge that and let's move on.
I agree, but again, I'm tired of this Tar Heel fan saying I hate Jalen Hurts. I don't hate Jalen Hurts.
Can we say you dislike him a little bit?
No, I don't dislike Jalen Hurts. I don't.
Okay, fine. All right, you Jalen Hurts #1 fan. We got you. All right, KP, do you got something to get off your chest? How you feeling?
Nah, man, I have nothing to say. We can continue to move on.
Oh God, that dude right here.
Hey,
come on, KP, you got something to get on your chest. Come on, KP, come on, baby, come on.
Hey, it works for me, but it works for me because
that dude just keep drinking.
We gotta move on to our topic for this week.
That dude
and
put a promo tag down. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Man, go ahead, man. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead, man.
No, all right. So our topic for this week, which I don't know if we're gonna get KP in here, but what are your Super Bowl thoughts? You know,
he got to say something.
Go ahead, KP. Go lead us off, man.
Come on, give us
two lines.
Two lines.
Man, come on, KP.
You can't. Don't be pulling no Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Was that That was Marshawn Lynch, right? I'm just here so I don't get fined. We're not gonna find you, KP. We're not finding you.
I'm just here to support our show. I have no thoughts.
Okay, you know what? What happened in the Super Bowl? What do you think?
I have no thoughts. It's whatever y'all say happened. It happened. I have no thoughts.
You know what? Pretend we didn't see the game. You were the only one seeing the game.
I didn't see it either. I didn't see it either. From what they tell me, it was nothing to see.
Go, Jess. Because the thing about it, this is recorded, so this gonna come back up when he ain't got nothing to say.
Hey, we'll check back up. We'll check back with you at draft time. Jay, you've been patiently waiting to get yours up. What is it? What you got? What are your thoughts?
Well, my Super Bowl thoughts are we've seen it time and time again. Defense wins championships, man. Defense wins championships. And I will say it was really for the first time in my life, for about 2 seconds, I felt sorry for the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line.
He said 2 seconds.
I was going to say defense wins championships, but what loses championship faster is bad offensive line. Yeah.
I mean, it was really. I mean, my thoughts was I couldn't believe how dominant the defensive line was. I knew the game would be won in the trenches. They did a great job of stopping Saquon. They did. I mean, wonderful job. That's basically the only thing they did right. But when Sweat got in the game and just pretty much manhandled whoever he was lined up against, that gave that defensive line momentum, and man, they just went to hunt. Man, I ain't never seen, man, Pat looked like Daniel Jones back there. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I mean, and I'm gonna say this. I mean, there's nothing he could do. I mean, you can't throw no pass if somebody around your waist and in your face. You just can't. So I mean, they didn't help themselves by the play call and everything, and I'm pretty sure we'll talk about that later. But I mean, when I saw how the line was just dominant like that, yeah, they wasn't gonna come back from that. There was no way that the Chiefs line really let them down. That they did.
Yeah. Before we continue, I just want to throw an apology to Giants fans. Y'all catch strays every week on this show, so
rightfully so.
Apologize. Please continue to listen and support us.
No,
all right. What's your thoughts, Steve?
Stop giving players to the division.
No, I mean, and honestly, guys, let's be real. KP called it last week, man. He was definitely worried about his offensive line. I just felt like, is it Turley? Is it Turley over there on that? That's playing left tackle.
Tony.
Is it Tony? I'm sorry. Yeah, Tony. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tony. Him starting out. Comments to him. Trying to slide out from playing guard or whatever. But yeah, they were just taking turns with him, man. And it was awful, man. What kind of shocked me the most is the play calling for sure. I just don't feel like the Chiefs tried to run the ball a little bit more. That was a little bit surprising to me. Yeah, man. I mean, for any quarterback, when you're getting pressure like that, I don't care who your quarterback is. Yeah. I mean, Patrick he was running dancing like Michael Jackson, man, all night, man. I don't blame him. I don't care who your quarterback was. But commits, like I said, commits to the Eagles. Like I said, man, the Chiefs on the defensive side of the ball, right? Like I said, they were trying to load up, start Saquon. Like I said, they tried to put the game in Jalen's hands, and of course, right? I mean, Jalen passed the test. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, that was my takeaways.
You know what? I'm gonna say something. Since I got to catch all the strays, the biggest problem.
You put that dude on the solo. Get that dude in solo. Go ahead, man.
The biggest problem is what I think any championship team is going to encounter is like you continue to lose your key guys. D, we talked about this. Losing Snead, that was the key. Everybody that not only did we beat up at tackle, but I'm gonna go further. Shutting down Saquon and constantly getting them in third and long, and they're picking on our off corner over and over and over again. And Snead fixed a lot of that previously. And hey, it happens. You can't keep all of your top guys. And with that said, their defenses, they played really, really well. But I was totally disappointed with the fact of Andy just coming out and out of the. We talked about it. We was all watching it. Out of our first 13 plays, you passed it 12 times. He got pressure 6 of those 12 right out the gate. And we all was there. We thought Kareem Hunt was hurt. You just got him on the sideline. We're not even trying to run. You're not trying to slow the game down, not trying to help your offensive guys somewhat get their composure. You're just putting them out there man to man. And what really play calling, Andy killed, he really made me, and I apologize to everybody, and I'll take a step back. We're supposed to be the formation kings. When they're getting heat like that, why aren't we in some bunch sets? I didn't see one bunch formation. I didn't see one bunch. I didn't see one, no 2 tight end personnel. No, nothing. Noah Gray wasn't even on the field. I'm like what? Why aren't we doing something to try to slow it down? And I said it, y'all was witnessing. They didn't do nothing complicated. Nothing. Hey, front four, do what you do. And that kind of disappointed me. Because it's like throughout everything, and I know I got at the Niners and everything, but at least we threw different things to try to slow down their pass rush. Now I know Jay will say holding, but you got to admit we threw different formations in there. We chipped, we didn't do none of that. We were just like, okay, Pat gonna beat them, and that's that. And it's like, man, this is crazy. Andy, so that's why I really don't have nothing to say, because I'm in shock that all the other times we played good teams, we played teams that got deep, good defenses, and we came up with some case in point. Do we really think the Eagles defense is that much better than Houston's defense? I can't say
no. I mean, I can't understand. I can't understand that. Yeah,
but we came up with all those bunch formations, those back, those motions out of all these things to at least get their eyes, at least make those defensive ends have to somewhat thinking about contain. We just came out straight stagnant formations and just, hey, we better than y'all. And guess what? Next thing you know, you're down 34-0, and we all was listening to my family clown me. So, but hey, you take the good with the bad, and it's all good. It's all good. But
yeah. I mean,
nobody here don't think we won't be back.
Yeah, I mean, for Andy to be out coached like that, I said, that was completely like mind blowing for me, man. Yeah, for sure.
That made me eat crow talking trash about everybody else's coaches, because that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I could. That's what shocked me. Help you guys. You're struggling. You got an all pro guard that's been high caliber everywhere, and you made him look like he was a turnstile.
Yeah,
that's not on him. That's on Andy.
And just to follow up, I don't have much to say that hasn't really already been said. But circling back, we all talked about it before. Like, it's going to be in the trenches that this game is going to be won, and I think this game was dominated in the trenches. The fact that Philly only used a 4-man rush pretty much all night, and was just dominating the line. I think there's a lot of, there were like a lot of key players on both sides to kind of told the story of this game. Like, you look at Josh Sweat, like, coming out absolutely dominating. You look at Travis Kelce looking like he was retired already. Like, it was crazy. Like, to see someone with the caliber of.
I've been telling y'all that all year about him, though. How about not?
Yeah, right. No, Travis Kelce been retired.
You've been saying that all year, but it was bad in the Super Bowl. Like, he was just giving super low effort. Like, there was I saw Josh Sweat just like go around. He just watched them walk right around him.
They were demoralized when Pat was shook, and I knew he was shook when everybody thought when he threw the interception. Nah, but y'all realize we had it right back with a chance to score. DeAndre was wide open. Now I don't know if he would have scored, but that would at least got us in field goal range. And he said, I think they all knew at that point he was shook, and it's hard to come back.
There was one play that had me questioning like the integrity of the game, though. Like, D-Hop just uncharacteristically like short armed the ball, like he was wide open. Like, it just looked like he just tried not to catch it in that instance. It was just weird. Like, it was just like an off night. Like, it feels like it was just like, football guys have opened up and said, no, you're not winning this game, and you're gonna look bad doing it. So, but yeah, it was just. It's one of those games that people just have where it's just everything that can go wrong is going wrong, and
that's never happened since Pat been playing. Even when we got beat by Tampa, that kind of got out of hand in the fourth quarter. Let's be honest, guys. We all know this was over with in the second quarter. Game was over.
Yeah,
it was over. I know everybody said it's the setup. I was like, dude, they are demoralized, man. They are demoralized. It's like defense, like, bro, y'all can't stop them. Y'all can't do nothing. So,
I think
here's the other thing. Sorry, D. I'll let you get.
No,
second,
go ahead.
But just like the fact that if you look at like the greats, like Tom Brady, when he lost his 2 Super Bowls, what was happening? He was under a whole lot of pressure. When Pat Mahomes lost the last one, he was under a whole lot of pressure. If you can't block for that quarterback, you make this extraordinary quarterback look below average.
They ain't no extra. Even when Tom Brady lost, it was still only by a field goal, dog. Wasn't over at halftime.
Yeah, but he did. I mean, that was Tom Brady doing Tom Brady things towards the end too.
I get it, but they still were calling other plays to kind of slow it down.
No, I got you. No, yeah, I got you. But Belichick coached a better game than Reed did. Yes,
for sure. That's what made me disappointed. You know, I'm championing my coach. I could take a loss. Like if we had to went out there and played, and they just, you know, but to be thoroughly out coached by a coach that we all said was on the hot seat. That was disappointing. That was disappointing.
Yeah.
I think that what you've seen was a result of an exhausted team.
Yes.
That's personally what I think. You're talking about 7 consecutive years. It finally was an exhausted team because there was nothing that Philly did that was extraordinary. It wasn't stunts. It wasn't, you know,
straight man.
Blitz. It was just straight man. So I think you saw the results of an exhausted team, number one, in Kansas City. I think that Spagnuolo blitzing the way he typically does when it's over 5 yards, 3rd and 5, finally caught up with him because you had someone that had a running back that stayed in with a little bit of max protection and gave him that second or two he needed to get the ball out there. That's number 2. Number 3, I know one of the things I told KP was, you know, as Tigo said, you want Jalen Hurts throwing. Okay, maybe you do, but what you don't want him doing is throwing the ball short, because throwing the ball short is their game and it's a rhythm and it opens up everything, because then you get to cheating down. So everything that you didn't want to happen ultimately happened. And then when all these things are not working in your favor, every football head knows, slow the game down, run the ball, slow it down, get everybody composure back in place, turn around, hand the ball off. I don't care if it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust, just slow it down, because their momentum is a real thing. That train got to going, and they just couldn't stop it. And that's what I think. But as far as Jalen did what Pat would normally do. He took those chances on 3rd and long and took off running, because everybody was focusing on Saquon or wherever Saquon went. And it was beautiful, because what I noticed was they would run Saquon out diagonally toward the sideline, and the linebackers would just clear out. When they cleared out, he shot right where they went to.
And the safety would run out there too.
Saved it. And you know, we talked about it watching the game. Number 23, me, you, and Jay, he was so aggressive. You were using that against him, because he would overrun.
Just a read.
Yeah, he would just overrun the play at times and ran himself out of position.
Yep.
So it was a combination of a lot of things.
Even when he was spying, even when Bolton was spying, because he was so scared of Saquon, his first read was a step up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jay, remember we was looking at that, and we were like, "Why is he all the way in the line?" Because he was scared they were gonna hand it off.
Yeah.
So
right. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I said, I mean, again, guys, like I've been saying this the whole entire time, man. Right. I mean, if you go back again and look over the entire season, again, right? Saquon was the offense. I mean, let's just be real, man. And again,
he was.
It just came right, and it just came back and right. It just it just bit the Chiefs in the butt, man.
But we can't take away from Jalen Hurts, because
I'm not.
He can manage the game to do to put his team in the best situation possible. It's like, you know, I've never been against him. I do think he's an elite quarterback, because he doesn't make any of the mistakes that cost his team the game. That's what an elite quarterback is supposed to do.
Right. And I agree. Yeah.
I don't see Joe Burrow or Josh Allen being able to operate that in that manner and be that composed. So why would you think Jalen isn't elite? Because we've watched Joe, we've watched Josh play the same Chief team and don't make the plays when they have to.
But I understand that. But I mean, if you look over the whole time but if you look over the whole time playoffs, and I mean, again, and it just comes back down to this: the Eagles through this entire playoffs, they did not turn the ball over, not once. Not once.
I sure wish somebody had sprained his ankle or something. Got him out
so again, right. I mean, let's just be real. When it comes down to the playoffs, right? Who's going to turn the ball over? And that's what it's going to come down to. So again, right. I mean, y'all turned the ball over. Yes, they played a great game, but also, right, you had your turnovers in that game. And
the one thing I'll say before we go on, the one thing I'll say is you mentioned Josh Allen and you mentioned Joe Burrow. The one thing that Jalen Hurts has that those two individuals don't have is he showed patience. He will take the short ball. That's the problem. The Josh is looking to go long. Joe Burrow's looking to go long. He'll take the short ball. And the one thing, you got to help me out because I can't remember. Whenever you got beat by the Bucks in the Super Bowl, wasn't Tom Brady throwing it short?
Oh, well, that's Tom Brady's game, though.
But not what we see, like the patience. So if you get a quarterback that's successful as far as being patient and throwing short to long instead of long to short, I think you give yourself a chance.
That's why I say he's elite. Because he has that skill that some of the ones we say are elite don't necessarily have.
Okay. All right. So we're closing out the final game of the 2024 season. Let's go ahead and move on to talk about what's next. So this segment, let's talk about take like 2 minutes, talk about what's next for the team. What are your expectations? What do you think they're doing? What moves? And then let's go around the horn. We'll start with my man Jay down at the bottom here. Let's talk about those 49ers. What do you think the 49ers need to do?
Well, first thing we need to do is we need to find a place to ship D-Ball to. He requested a trade. So I mean, you can have it. I mean, we appreciate everything you did for us while you were there. But, like Tomlin said, man, hey, we want volunteers. We don't want hostages. So
he didn't request a trade. Y'all told him he could seek a trade.
No. During the exit meeting, when the exit meeting doesn't go the way you want to go, then they can tell you, hey, man, if you don't like what it is around here, you can go shop around.
He's bad mouthing Purdy.
No, it wasn't bad mouthing Purdy. I don't know what the ins and outs was in the exit meeting, but all I know is I think it went something like we got Ricky Pearsall, and we got to make moves. We got to pay Brock. We're probably going to move in a different type of direction. You're probably going to play a different role when it comes to contracts because he has no more guaranteed money. I don't think. The money probably wasn't talking right. He probably didn't like what was going on. So if you want to seek a trade, if you don't like what's going on around here, go ahead and seek a trade. No shade, that's just the business of football. And like I said, we appreciate everything you did, but if you find, seek your trade.
They just paid Ayuk too.
Yeah, and we just paid Ayuk. But we really got to just fill some holes. Our roster is really getting older. We got to retool our offensive line. We got to find some depth at linebacker. And pretty much find some depth on the offensive line. Running back, I'm not really too concerned about that position. We'll have 1,000-yard rusher just because.
Exactly.
Just because.
Y'all can bring me in there, man. I'll go rush for 1,000. Man.
Right, but I mean, I think we got the formula and we got the roster, we got the talent that we can make a strong little run next year. So I ain't saying Super Bowl, I'm not, but I do believe that we will be one of the 7 in the NFC. So. But that's pretty much it, man. Just looking to draft well, sign some free agents, and we'll see what happens.
Cool. All right, D Love, what's the Steelers gonna do?
Quarterback, wide receiver. That's it.
You gonna get rid of both of them?
We need to find one. When you got two, when you have two, you have none.
Yeah, what's that? Parcells quote.
Yeah, you got to find a quarterback. You got to find someone opposite George Pickens. Everything else will be fine. Tomlin can walk out and get you 5 wins. Just being Tomlin. So just get a quarterback and a wide receiver.
Yeah,
Justin Fields. And
this dude down here talking. Now I'm about to get like KP. First of all, I see a little message down there. It's like RIP to the 3-peat. That's funny. He said that directly at KP. And number 2, he said that doing all this talking. he better hope he has some money left because he paying that dude Brock Purdy $8.75 an hour, and he better make sure he got some money to cover all that other stuff he talking about.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy gonna get some back pay. Trust me, he get back pay for sure,
and his reparations.
Hey, for sure,
all that.
He gonna
we
say,
looking around. Hold on, I'm just saying 50, about anywhere between 55, 58 million.
Dak Prescott got 60 million, and I own him. I need more. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, we'll see how it plays out, fellas.
Okay. Hey, for anybody looking, anybody looking, A-Rod is available.
Man, we nobody want him. Man, I hope we don't get him. See, I don't want him.
You say that, but half the Jets fan base still wants him. I'm like, oh my, no other team is asking for him, but these Jets fans want to keep him.
He's linked to us. I don't want him or his girlfriend.
That's a wide receiver, dog. You said wide receiver?
I don't want him or his girlfriend. That's a package deal.
Wow.
We'll take him.
Okay.
I know it's Valentine's weekend, but I don't want that.
Wow. Tigo.
All right.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Man, can I
What
man?
You got deeper. What's going on?
And
I yield my time.
No, honestly, I don't know, man. I guess y'all all season is going to depend on Michael Parsons, man. I want to see how, what he commands in this new deal. There are reports out there that the front office has had talks about trading Michael Parsons, which I can kind of see why. Of course, with that Prescott number being about $100 million on the cap. Of course, right. Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but yeah, it's almost 90. I'm not going to sit here and lie. That Prescott cap number is $90 million next year, man. Now you're talking about, signing Parsons, which again, if you sign Parsons, yes, you get the cap relief, but again, you're going to be strapped as far as filling your roster out. So I do understand the talks of trading Parsons. I get it. Would I be mad at it? Sort of, but I understand. We have to. You have to fill out your roster. They're talking about, of course, moving that cap number around. We'll see. As far as the draft, man, we like I've been saying for the whole entire time, man, we need to fix the middle of our defense. Our defensive tackles suck. Our linebackers suck. I would like to see maybe a safety or whatever. But mainly for me, we need to fix our defense. And I'm done.
Okay. KP, you wanna go last, or you want me to go, or you want to go now?
I can be quick. Stephen Wonder can see what we need. So
he said Stephen Wonder know what we need.
I'm interested to see if Brett Veach is going to now decide to spend some money, because if we don't address the tackles at this point, our quarterback is going to start to rethink, why am I taking less money? So we definitely got to address that. We got several needs. I still think we need an athletic linebacker, cornerback. Of course, we're gonna need wide receivers. We haven't been willing to spend the money in those markets because we think our quarterback can overcome everything. But hey, we got teams that are they're better and they're putting more talent out there, and that's a challenge. So we're gonna have to address those. And I still think we got to get a playmaker at running back. I really do. Watching Saquon Barkley, I feel like if you get that guy running back, maybe your coach will have to lean into it and not put so much pressure on the quarterback. So those are things I think we're going to have to do. We'll see.
Makes sense. All right. So I'm going to try to keep this very brief. We got a new coach, new Why y'all laughing? I didn't even get to say anything.
No, man. Hey, man. No, man. You do so funny, man. Man, it was more love, man. Love.
I didn't do anything, man.
Yes, you did, bro. Come on, you just started.
You know what they really, you know what they wanted to say? X, y'all just need to know everything. That's what they want to say, man.
I mean, we about there. No, for real. No, I think the first thing that we need is a change of culture. I think like there's too much of a sort of a not necessarily a lax and loose culture, but a culture that's not really focused on winning. I think you got some players that really like are hurt by losing. People like Garrett Wilson, you know, and I think you got others that are like, you know, just I'm just here for the love of the game or, you know, money or whatnot, but they're not really hurt by losing, like, you know, losing don't impact them like that. So I think if we can sort of build up a new culture, sort of like that tough-minded culture that like this losing sucks culture, like that Rex used to kind of infuse in them when he first got there. I think that is a good start. So, you know, we got a new coach, new general manager, a new front office, new coaching staff, everything. You know, we're gonna have a new quarterback, so we gotta find who that quarterback's gonna be. Personally, I just roll with Tyrod Taylor for however long he's gonna be in there before you know he gets hurt or whatnot, because he's like hurt every season. You know, I wish him the best. I hope he does, complete a year, a fully healthy year. But if we're gonna get a quarterback, like I don't think this draft is the best draft for a quarterback. I'd rather not take the chance. I'd rather roll the dice with Tyrod and maybe draft a late rookie just for as like a camp body or something like that. But we still got Jordan Travis in the background, see what he got in him coming off that injury. He got the rest all last season. And then, same as D, like we need somebody to pair with Garrett Wilson because Alan Lazard and Devontae Adams gone. So we need a wide receiver too. So maybe that's where we go in the draft. I think we need to retool our defense. What's going on? Are y'all playing me off the stage? What's going on? But no, we just need to retool our defense.
That's what you continue. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
With Devontae Adams' contract, I mean,
he's not staying. If Rodgers is not staying, no. It makes more sense to cut him. Or rework his contract. You can't keep him. It's not feasible to keep him.
I don't think he has guaranteed money either.
Yeah. So you can cut him. No, you can cut him. You can cut him and save money, but he's not staying without Rodgers either way. So, it would just be the same situation he had in Vegas, where he's whining to get out, whatnot. So rather just go ahead, cut bait, let him go follow Rodgers or go down to Derek Carr in New Orleans. But yeah, other than that, like or he can go to San Francisco if he likes playing out there. But yeah, we get somebody to pair up with Quinnen Williams in the middle, kind of take a little bit of pressure off Quinnen Williams. I think we got to find a replacement for DJ Reed, a safety. I think free agency we kind of be fairly active, or we might not be. Like we might be just playing this like this is going to be a 5-win season. Let's get 5 wins, try to load up some draft picks where we can. We got some older players that I don't know what's going to happen, like CJ Mosley, some other players. I think, to me, honestly, there's only like 4 or 5 players that's like untouchable for me in the draft. It'd be like Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Quinnen, Quincy Williams, and then pretty much anyone, maybe Brees. Keep the offensive line. Get rid of Brees, man. I was just saying I would like if that's what I say. Like if we needed to get rid of Brees, like I don't think we need to. I think it's better to keep him. But if like somebody makes you an offer you can't refuse, then you go ahead and take it. So that's where we are.
You about named everything.
I'm about to say the only thing he keeping is the coach and the water boy.
Man, y'all leave that shit alone, man. Leave that
First
shit
of all,
alone,
I
man.
just said we need to retool. We need to add some
Right,
pieces.
yeah.
Bro,
I'm
you
saying
said everybody but 4 or 5 players.
4 players off a 53-man roster. You said fuck.
Yeah, I'm saying those untouchable players. I'm not saying I'm gonna trade everybody. I'm just saying those are the untouchables.
Wow.
I want to get rid of the cafeteria lady. I want to get rid of the lady at the pro shop who sell the shirt.
For sure.
Mr. Sam, who clean up at night, he got to go too.
All the people who be hustling the popcorn and peanuts, get rid of them too. We tired of all of them.
Right.
Yeah,
Let's
leave that dude alone, man.
Let's move on. All right. So last week before the Super Bowl, we had the NFL honors, and I think we can put both of these in the same category. We want to talk about like what are our thoughts on the NFL honors and like the Hall of Fame announcements. So we're gonna talk NFL honors and Hall of Fame snubs together. So I'm gonna start this one off. I'm gonna start with the NFL honors. I think not that Josh Allen didn't have a great season to deserve it. I do think that Lamar Jackson should have gotten it over him. But I can't say like, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a slap in the face to the whole institution or anything like that. But I just do think that Lamar kind of deserved it more over Josh Allen. And I kind of feel like it was more of a, hey, Josh Allen never won, so let's give him one. I think pretty much all of the other selections for NFL honors were spot on. With Offensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year being Joe Burrow. Saquon being Offensive Player of the Year, Joe Burrow getting Comeback Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Pat Surtain. I think that was a good pick. I don't think any others were pretty arguable in those positions. And then quickly, I want to touch on the Hall of Fame snubs. Like my biggest thing with the Hall of Fame announcements, they only picked 4 players, and like there were a lot of players on there that we know are going to eventually get into the Hall of Fame. So it was just weird that they could choose up to 8, I think, altogether. But it was just weird that they only chose 5. So like I know a lot of people are saying like Eli Manning should have been in there first ballot. I think they just didn't want to put him in first ballot. I do think he'll be there next year. I do think they'll vote him in next year. Kuechly, I think he was also a first timer, first ballot, and I think he should have been in there. And then who else? Try to remember who else was on the ballot. Vinatieri, Adam Vinatieri. I think he should have been one that got in because, like, when you think of kickers, that dude was a solid kicker for 2 different franchises. Won Super Bowls with 2 different franchises, and I think he was with the Colts when they won, right? I think he was. Anyway, but yeah, I just think that I just think he was someone that should have gotten in. So like, I mean, not even about taking anyone off the list because I'm so happy for Sterling Sharp, him getting in, and he didn't even count against like the current players. He was a legacy player. Oh, Mike Holmgren was the other one. Mike Holmgren, I think, should have gotten in, just based off of not even just the teams that he like. That Packers team. If you could look back at that Packers coaching staff, that was a stacked coaching staff with Andy Reid, not Jim Mora. Was it Jim Mora? Jim Mora Jr. You had Gruden on that team. So like he put a lot of head coaches, like people that were like solid head coaches out in the league. And I think he had and then he took the Seahawks to the Super Bowl and whatnot. So I think that Mike Holmgren did deserve to be in there as well. All right. Who wants to go next?
I go real quick. As far as the MVP thing, it could have went either way. Like everybody said, I was fine with either one of them. Everything else is fine. I'm a little questionable about the Pat Surtain, the Defensive Player of the Year. I probably would have gave it to Hendrickson. That's just me. But besides that, everything else is fine. The Hall of Fame snubs, I'm probably gonna say one that everybody's thinking, or probably take it from him. I'd probably say Steve Smith. That was the shocker to me. Yeah. I felt like Jared Allen shouldn't have got in. I voiced that in the chat that night with us, but I think he got snubbed, or as you said, just to put it at 4, I think that was too little of a number. You should have probably had it at 5 or 6, but that's what I think as far as the Hall of Fame snubs go for me. Was happy for Sterling Sharp. Should have been in there. Shouldn't have took that long, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. This is Steve Smith's first year, right? Yeah, this is his first year eligibility.
Yeah.
So I think that might have played a factor in that one too. Like, you know, they had all these other receivers that had to wait. Like they trying to give him, like, he has to do his time too.
Go ahead, Jay.
As far as the NFL honors and MVP and all of that, I'm cool with all the awards. You know, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, it didn't matter. Both of them had MVP-like seasons. So it didn't matter to me. It's splitting hairs, so I'm not mad at any of that. Hall of Fame snubs. Steve Smith, that was definitely one that I feel needs to be in. And another one, I'm not sure if he's eligible. Is Luke Kuechly eligible?
Yeah. Luke Kuechly was on the list. He was the final.
Yeah, got to get Luke in there, man. I mean, if you look at his accomplishments and the stats and the numbers he put up, man, Luke was a monster. So I really think, you know, I don't want to, you know, take people out because I feel that all 4 of the people who got in were definitely Hall of Famers. I know everybody talking about Jerry Allen, first ballot, all that good stuff. But I just feel that Luke should have got in because his game speaks for itself. So him and Steve Smith. So that's 2 snubs I'm looking at.
Actually, Jared Allen's been on the ballot 5 times. So he's been up 5 times. So this was his 5th year of eligibility. So it was in first. Yeah. So apparently he's been waiting for a while. But yeah, I get your point. Yeah. All right, KP, you want to go next?
Okay. I kind of go with the same sentiment on the NFL honors. So I wasn't upset with either one of them. Again, I thought Lamar and Josh both had super impactful seasons for their team. So I was good either way. As far as the Hall of Fame snubs, I did think they didn't put as many in there as deserving. I was with everybody else, Steve Smith, of course, but then maybe this guy is because I'm a fan of the running backs, and I was a fan of this dude when I went down to Jacksonville to see him play. I thought Fred T should be in. Yeah. I really did. I think Fred Taylor really, to me, he was more impactful in what he done than Jared Allen. That's just me. You know, Fred Taylor was a monster, and you know why I say that is because when I went to Jacksonville, I actually went to see Barry Sanders play, and I think Fred was either his first or second year. I kept saying, man, this Taylor dude from Jacksonville, man, he's something else. And I just kind of watched because as y'all, you know, the next year Barry retired, and then just watching Fred, I became a huge fan. So I thought Fred should be in there. And D, I know you ain't gonna want to hear this, but I think T Suggs should get a look to be in there too.
T Suggs,
I agree with you.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I think Terrell Suggs' career was more impactful than Jared Allen. So
he was annoying, but he
was
annoying because he was good, but he deserved to be in there.
Yeah. And I can say that because he solidified our defensive front for the Chiefs that first year we won against San Fran. He started harassing old Jimmy Garoppolo out there in the Super Bowl. So, you know, I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to bring that up. My bad.
Yeah.
Hey. We never die, baby. We never die.
No, I'm with you. I used to love Fred Taylor as well. You know, until he went to the Patriots, but you know, I blocked those out. No, and he's been eligible for like 10 years. Yeah. So I was like, my thing was trying to figure it out. Was like, were they just kind of excluding first year eligible people? Because like I don't who got in? Okay. Definitely not Sterling Sharp.
Eric Allen.
Gates was his second year. Eric Allen, let me see what he was.
Oh, Eric Allen being eligible.
Yeah. Okay. But he's 19 years eligible. Yeah. None of them were first year eligible. So I think they're just trying to really cut down on first ballots.
So I have to ask you guys, is that truly a thing that to be a true first ballot, you got to be this transcendent type
I think that's what they're going for now. You have to be like somebody that's unquestionable, like first ballot. Like, for example, I think, Tom Brady, I think Aaron Rodgers will be her first ballot.
Did you say her?
No, I said what?
Did you say her first ballot? You sounded
no.
You're mimicking Love out here.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
okay.
That's not what I do. I don't like.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah,
Get off it, man. Get off it.
My bad.
Leave Aaron alone, man.
All right, I'm sorry.
But no. Yeah, I think that's something they're focusing on now. Like, you're gonna have to be like unquestionable first ballot, but I might argue that like someone like Luke Kuechly was, or
is there a special place in the hall that they put them, or do they put them all in the same?
No, they all in the same room.
So does that matter? Why does that even matter? If they got the qualifications to make it,
that's what I mean. No, but my point being, if he's gonna get it, Eli's gonna get in next year, or whoever's gonna get in next year. Why not just put him in the first ballot? Like,
right.
I don't know. I think they're consciously making an effort not to give out first ballots willy-nilly, so to speak.
Okay. All right.
All right, go ahead.
That's just my thought.
Go ahead, Tigo.
No, I mean, I'm just like y'all. As far as the awards and stuff, yeah, I agree with you guys. Let's see, Josh Allen. Yeah, I'm fine with that. The rest of the awards, I'm cool. Yeah, as far as the Hall of Fame, y'all keep saying Steve Smith, which I agree with you guys, but also Reggie Wayne, I think deserves to get in there too. I started looking, and honestly, Reggie Wayne's numbers are a little bit better than Steve Smith, but I mean, I think both deserve to get in. I don't want to be biased, huh?
I said one did play with Manning versus Jake Delhomme and whoever else they had in there.
Well, I mean, I get it, but I mean, Reggie Wayne can get in. I hate to be biased, but man, my man Darren Woodson, man, he needs to get in there, man. Darren Woodson,
he been
Yeah.
there for a while.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was up. Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm tired of him getting snubbed, but yeah, he needs to be in there. As far as KP, I'm glad you brought it up about Terrell Suggs. That was gonna be my next pick as well. Yeah, Terrell Suggs definitely needs to get in there. I do agree with you guys on Luke Kuechly, for sure. Yeah, he needs to be in. Y'all say Fred Taylor, and Jay is gonna be shocked when I say this.
You talking about another running back?
Yeah, I think Frank Gore needs to get in there, man.
For sure.
I mean,
but
he's not eligible yet. He's not eligible yet.
He's not eligible yet.
No, he just retired like last year.
Yeah,
he did just retire.
Yeah, he just retired. I agree.
I thought Frank Gore would retire more. I'm sorry.
He
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say this, Tigo. I thought you was gonna shoot this name out there, and I know a lot of people don't agree. But if you look at his numbers, man, I mean, he should get in, and I think that's Ricky Waters, man. Ricky Waters Ricky had decent numbers. Yeah, I can. I mean, look at him. Look at him. I wish. Hey, look at him.
Yeah,
look at them. They're comparable to LaShawn McCoy, which is, I think, another person who will probably get.
He shouldn't be in there,
right?
Why not?
Shady was good, but I don't think he's Hall of Fame good.
He shouldn't be in there. You about to make me have a hot take. He shouldn't be in there.
Wow.
Oh man.
But, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you might be talking about Shady from like Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh. You can't be talking about NFL Shady. Go ahead, Tigo. I'm sorry.
No. I was just gonna say I thought Frank Gore was you got to leave alone in that, but
no, he got a few more years. I think last year was his first year off.
Yeah,
he retired last year.
But Jay, I gotta ask you though.
Yeah.
Since you saying Ricky Waters, is Roger Craig in the Hall of Fame?
I thought Roger Craig is in there.
I get Roger Craig for
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. I thought Roger Craig was already in the hall. Bro.
Hold on. Time out. I would put him in there too. But I think the reason he's in there is because his numbers really don't match the other running backs, which I think is crazy. His production does. I mean, trust me. Listen before you look at y'all's face. Let's be clear. Let me be clear. I would put him in the Hall of Fame yesterday. All right. Let's be clear.
Okay. But your first one was
but if I had to ask myself why, if I'm questioning why, that's the only thing I can see why. I don't know.
But the first name out your mouth was Ricky Waters.
It's
not the first name. It's not the first name out my mouth. I mean, we all because
he did say that's where he thought Tigo was gonna go. I
thought it was where Tigo was gonna go. And I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say first off, it's Frank Gore. We ain't gotta talk about that. But we all are. I thought we all are in agreement that Roger Craig should be in there. That's why I didn't bring that up.
Oh, for sure.
That's not an argument.
Yeah.
I thought he was already in there. Right. I thought he was already in there. Yeah, that's why I didn't bring it up.
He on that legacy list that Sterling Sharp was on. So
wow.
Damn sure ain't no Ricky Waters.
Hey, let's argue. I'm not here.
That is not an argument. That is not an argument.
It is not an argument tonight. That's what I'm gonna say. All right. So we appreciate you sticking with us this season. We're gonna be taking a break for a couple of weeks until the draft. Draft time. We'll put some shows together. So we appreciate you guys listening.
Jamie Foxx
giving us a take on our first year.
We'll be back,
and we appreciate you all. Check us out.
Really beaming out there, man.
Burt runs the longest yard. Nelly from the longest yard.
Wow. Hey man, I ain't mean to do that, man. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh god.
And by the way, his name was Leggett, something Leggett or Maggot, something like that.
Maggot. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. All right, y'all.
We out of fire.
We appreciate y'all.
Out there, baby. Tom Cruise.
There you go, Paul Crew.
Paul Crew out there, man.
Paul Crew.
Billy Bob. Coach Boone and remember the Titans.
Strong side.
Petey in the Hall of Fame. My fault, X. You are not living that down. Go ahead, X.
Hey man, put Bertie in that thing, man. Put him in there.
Yeah, put Bertie in there. Nice side. Strong side. Him and Julius. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Before we close out, all right. Quick question before we close out. Is Remember the Titans the best football movie?
Nah, I like the program.
It's up there. Yeah, program.
Oh man, gosh, that's a tough one. Woo.
That's a tough.
It's Remember the Titans for me. It's Remember the Titans for me.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't
Football?
know about that.
That's a lot of
You know what? Yeah.
It's not radio, Tigo. Not radio.
No, I'm not gonna say.
Oh no, man. Hey man, back in the day, boy, I used to watch that North Dallas 40 though. That was pretty good too. So I don't know, man.
Remember the Titan got the best quotes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Most inspirational, right? Yeah.
You drop this football, I will break my foot in your John.
Fine parts.
All day, man. No, my part was
run it up, Herman. Lead no doubt.
That's it right there. Look your defense in the eye, say they better not gain another yard.
All right, fellas, I appreciate you all being with us each week. Couldn't have done this without you guys. I appreciate the banter back and forth. We like to have fun here. So, any final thoughts before we go ahead and close out, or we just,
Look here, check us back out in April, probably pre-draft show, after the draft show. Not quite sure. We need to get together and figure out something about the combine. I don't really get caught up in t-shirts and shorts. I don't really care about those numbers, but I don't know if you guys want to have a combine show, but definitely we should have a draft show and post draft show. So
pre and post draft,
everybody check us out in April for that. Before that, I know it started that Thursday, so probably that Tuesday before. I think the draft's like April 23rd, 24th. Okay,
yeah.
So check us out like April 22nd, and then check us out that Tuesday following the draft. I don't know the dates off the top of my head, but
we back.
Check us out. I'm pretty sure we all gonna be talking about our draft picks and what we feel like they're gonna do, and we're gonna be excited. Probably about that time the regular season schedule will be out too, so you really be hype about who you playing and where you playing at. Have some conversations about that and who you think you're gonna beat, who's gonna beat you and whatnot. So all that being said and done, check us out like in April.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, we still ain't going nowhere. You know that. We still ain't going nowhere.
That's not talking about KP.
Still ain't going around.
I'm so disappointed Ricky Waters down there.
All right, everyone.
All is well with the world now. The Chiefs have been dethroned. All is good in the world.
All right. For the Cover Zero podcast, we're out.